my man. Oh yes, so no one was nana. Biafra my man. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa in Urobo dialect and Isoko. Lucky star is sinking, I'm thinking, Udogu, Ekpa. Amorotomo, Agbada Brururu. Amorotomo, Agbada Brururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Nieruwe yo, Witrowe Salot. With the Sado, the freedom you brought to the way for us. Urobisoko with the Sado. No. Amorutamo Agbada Guru. Dear Simon Njoku, you have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your type cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo and Isuku, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. That is the truth. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorutamo Agbada Guru. Urobisoko with the Sado. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the fool that we hate him. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the Sado. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the Sado. Clara Dim say you are so good. Anna Wabada Guru. Amorotomo Agbada Guru. Amorotomo Agbada Guru. Urobisoko with the Sado. Urobisoko with throw a salute. Even lucky star in the Sado. You do well, with the Sado. You do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amorotomo Agbada Guru. I am in tears of joy. For your good work cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbada Guru.
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. Do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When in the Moroku, Nijim were on with Kumu Biafra. When in the Siputa, Makamwero Wekanyinaga Biko Kulien Ogeruo Biko Kulien Iye Jamalike Ogeruo Owele Ndiaboroku Makamwero Wanyi Owele Ndiaburu Chekwa Makamwero Wewu Biafra Biko Kulien Ogeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike Ogeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien Ogeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Biko Kulien Ogeruo. Oamadike nona donjon, Mugekweki Eremeyae. Bodike, Mosike Rura Jobalike. Biko Kulien Ogeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike Ogeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, once Simon Ekpa, a bond smooth Sregabani Runaibu, Nebradra from my Ebudo, or Guinea. Once Simon Ekpa, a mesu Okwere, Onyendu. Iye Jamalike Ruo, Imapa Simon Ekpa Wuchie. Iye Jamalike Ruo, Simon Ekpa Watakata Wo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Prime Minister Onyendu. Anyiga Wanuga, I will follow you. I will follow you. I will follow you. The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Ogwe Bucharangwe, Master Simon Ekpa, or Guinea. Master Simon Ekpa, Biko, GC, Gaga, Nogu, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwipoloyendu, Kine, Menata. I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said, promise, I will follow you. I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you. Prime Minister Anyiga Wanuga, I will follow you. Anina, I will follow you. I will follow you. Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Boroka Biarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic government Awuchie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lekwechiri. General Buduso, Suna Atakatawo. Commander Holy Ghost, Ogonyendu Borokunu Nazatata. Biko Kulien, Ogeruo.
Maka Biafra, we're on Putarani onye ndu DM Simon Ekpa
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All these we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for joining me on this program wherever you are joining from. I appreciate everyone that has connected to the program wherever you are connecting from. Thank you for joining us this morning on this section of our program. Wherever you are watching me from, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. And also, I wish you a very happy weekend. It is weekend, and this is our weekend program. We know that weekend mostly is a time that people take time to relax themselves, take off from their work, and have some time for themselves and their families. For us who are speaking on the restoration of Biafra and pursuit of our freedom, we don't have a break, neither do we have any different day from the day we have known. We cannot sing a joyful song in a strange land. For those of us who are pursuing the restoration of Biafra, those of us who are working tirelessly, doing one thing or the other, we don't have a break. So even on the weekend, we are here. I thank everybody who is still participating and watching us, even on the weekend when you are supposed to be resting. You give that time to us. I appreciate you for joining us on this platform. I welcome those of you who are watching us from TikTok. Thank you so much for joining. Please like and share the program as you join. Tap the screen. Tap the screen so that others can be able to join us and follow up. If you are watching from Facebook, I urge you to please kindly like and share also. Like the program and share so that other people can equally get the information and join us. If you are watching me from YouTube, which is where I'm hosting the program, like and share. Very important. When you like and share, it will trigger the notification for other people to join us on the program. So I urge people to like the program and share it immediately you join us. For the sake of those who are joining us for the very first time and are not still too sure about what we are doing here, this platform is a platform that is under the government of Biafra, a platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this very platform, we don't come here to instigate violence. We do not come in this platform to preach hate. We don't come here to attack any individual or people. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. Our purpose of establishing this platform and being in this platform every day is to educate the Biafran people and the world at large on the restoration of independence of Biafra. Most importantly, to expose the evil that the Nigerian government is perpetrating in Biafra land. Biafra is a country that has been on its own from 1967 to 1970, and in that period they fought a brutal war with Nigeria. Nigeria fought with the world powers, with the support of the world powers, the British, the French, the Russians, the Americans, and they fought against the little Biafra, who was just 3 years old. And they fought us. We fought throughout the whole period of that very 3 years was war. And they committed genocide in our land. Nobody has been held accountable up to today, not internationally and not locally. Even the international community have refused to recognize the genocide that happened in Biafra land. That is how you can know that they are complicit in the crime against humanity that was committed in Biafra land. That was the highest genocide after the Holocaust. But yet, the international community do not deem it fit to hold to accountable people that perpetrated that crime. Instead, they celebrate them. They still celebrate those that perpetrated that crime in Biafra land. But we cannot be silent. The international community will go ahead to use pictures that was captured during the Biafran Civil War. They will use the pictures that were raised, taken from that war, and they use it to solicit for funds for other African countries. But when it comes to the issue of Biafra, they will not speak about it, even though they know that a genocide was committed against the Biafran. We have waited for a very long time for the world to listen to us, for the world to hear us out. We have waited for a very long time for the world to push the issue of Biafra, but they never did. Instead of recognizing that genocide, they continue to celebrate the people that committed that genocide. So many of them are still alive, walking free. Not just walking free, celebrated in international level and local level. So many of them, they are still very much around. Until this time, when we have said enough is enough, we have taken our destiny into our own hand to pursue our freedom and get it. That is why today we are speaking on different platforms, various platforms, shouting on top of our voices to make the world hear us. Not because they're going to come into our aid, but for them to know that we know what they are afraid to talk about. We want to let them know that it is time for us to be free, and we are going to take our freedom by force. That is where we are today. Because it is obvious that freedom is not given, it is taken. And we have arrived at a time when we have to take our freedom. In taking our freedom today, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, is leading the move. And I bet you every Biafra is falling in line. This is why we come online on a daily basis to continue to ask that the world should listen, to continue to ask that the world should pay attention and do what they have to do. My fellow Biafrans that are watching this program, wherever you are watching us from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu to please kindly do the right thing, support the liberation of Biafra. It is the right thing to do, and I bet you will never regret you did. In this program, every morning we come here to educate the world. It is an interactive session where people can come and interact with us. We leave it open. It is not only for those who are Biafrans alone, it is for everybody. Not only for Biafran people. Even if you are not a Biafran, you are welcome. Even if you are one Nigerianist or you don't agree on our own method, you have a complaint to lay, you have a suggestion, you have a prayer to make, feel free to join us. We are not telling you to throw away your own idea or your opinion. Hold on to your opinion, but make sure you can be able to back your opinion up when you come up online, because we are going to respond. All we ask is that when you appear decent and again, keep all your statements civil. Speak in a civil manner so that the world will understand you. The whole world is watching. The Biafra government cabinet is watching. Our prime minister is watching this program. So whatever information you pass here, it will get to his table. It will be addressed. It is important you keep your words civil. As long as you do so, you will be with us here from the beginning to the end. I appreciate everyone that has connected to the program, those who have joined us from all angles, from all corners. I appreciate everyone. People who are joining me from the TikTok, I welcome every one of you. You are joining us from Facebook, I welcome you. And those who are joining me from the YouTube, I can see Helen Peters, I see Gabriel Isaac. Thank you so much for joining. I can see somebody send a super chat. Thank you so much, Fabi, for that very super chat. I appreciate you so much for that support. I really, really appreciate it. May Chukwu replenish you and pay you back wherever you have gotten that from. You will be blessed. Thank you so much. Odobe Chimaroke, thank you so much for joining. My beloved sister Mary Telkam, thank you. I welcome everyone that has connected, everyone that is supporting this platform in one way or the other by sharing. In any way you are supporting, I say, may Chukwu continue to guide and protect every one of us. We have come back again today. It is weekend to do what we know how to do best. It is something we have signed up for, no matter how difficult, as long as we have life. We will continue to speak until we are free. We will continue to speak until we are free. And nobody is going to stop us from speaking. Today we have come to discuss on a topic which says Biafra Republic Government in Exile, Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku, the angel of light, ending era of darkness, fraud, and slavery.
Nam omwa tole the super chat inugo kiwe nwati.
My beloved brother, thank you so much, my brother Christian. Thank you so much.
Udo.
I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for that support.
Udo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you. So, my fellow Biafrans, we are back here to do what we have to do. And I appreciate everyone that has connected from wherever you are connecting from. You are welcome. Today is weekend. And we know that for us, in fighting for our freedom, we don't have a break. We will continue to speak. We will continue to voice out our opinion. Wherever you are and you are joining this program, Chukwu Okike has given us an assignment. And you must pick up your own assignment. If there is nothing you are doing, it is high time you pick up assignment and begin to do something. It is high time you take up a responsibility and begin to do something. We are very lucky that Chukwu Okike gave us a leader. And that is one thing we have never lacked. One thing we have never lacked is leadership. You know, some people, they say, some people who doesn't understand what leadership is all about, they say we don't have a leader. Oh, we cannot unite. We don't have a leader. In other way around, the only people that have genuine leadership in that contraption are the Biafrans. What the other people have, they are calling leaders, are rulers. They have rulers, people that are ruling over them, holding them down against their will. But when it comes to the Biafran people, what we have are leaders. At every given point in time, we have always had leaders. Right from the time of our eternal leader, Ekpa Njoku. When it was time for leadership, he came up and he was leading, listening to the Biafran people, securing Biafran land. And he did that. For that 3 good years, he led Biafra perfectly well until the end of it. When it was time to create another awareness to keep the struggle going, another leader came up. That was when we saw Uwazuke. Uwazuke came up, and he was actually backed up. People supported him until he was deceived. He was captured. All his men were captured, and he had no other choice. He was not strong enough to face the pressure, and he went out. It came to the time of Mazen Nandekano. Chukwu Okike Abiama gave us a leader. Mazen Nandekano is not a ruler. Neither did he force anybody to love him or to follow him. Mazen Nandekano earned his respect from every single Biafran, from children, men and women, old and young. He earned respect in our hearts. That is why today Biafran people can put their life on the line for him. Biafrans can put their life on the line, and that is a leader. A man that will come and say a word and everybody will fall in line, including the politicians. Everybody will fall in line. He didn't do it by forcing us to follow him. He didn't do it by cajoling us. He didn't do it by demanding it from us. No. Mazen Nandeka never demanded anything from us. All he did was to prove himself worthy. He earned every single respect he got today until the enemy could not be able to stand his popularity. The enemy saw that Mazen Nandeka has become a pillar, a figure. Mazen Nandeka has become a symbol of authority, not only in Biafra land, in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. When they saw that Mazen Nandeka has become a symbol of authority, they could not hold it. They couldn't control themselves anymore. They began to seek for a way to take him out. And they went and kidnapped Mazen Nandeka. After they made an attempt on his life, they couldn't succeed. Chukwu Okike saved him. He continued his evangelism. Biafrans continued to rally around him. They went and kidnapped him. In connivance with some criminals, some greedy ones, some Judas. Mazen Nandeka was kidnapped and taken out of away. And they celebrated. They said it is all over for us. They celebrated that we are doomed. If you can remember, when they kidnapped Mazen Nandeka, they first of all made the announcement in their own language. The Janjaweed announced the kidnapping of Mazen Nandeka in their own language before they translated to English, and they celebrated it because they felt that we have been conquered, that we don't have a voice. They didn't know that that step was the biggest mistake they have ever made. The kidnapping of Mazen Nandeka gave birth to the new dimension. Today, the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, today is leading the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. Agitation has ended. The era of agitation has ended completely. There is nothing you can announce, no more agitation. We are in restoration. And in that restoration, the man that is leading the church today have also earned his respect as a leader. He has earned respect from every single one of us, and he continues to earn respect. How did he earn the respect? He didn't earn it by forcing us, just like Mazen Nandeka. He didn't earn it by forcing us. He didn't earn it by demanding it for us. In fact, Mazen Simon Ekpa, when he joined this very struggle, he never even introduced himself. So many of us didn't know his capacity. He didn't come to tell us, oh, I am this, I'm this, I'm that. Many of us didn't know his quality and his capacity. Mazen Simon Ekpa joined the struggle from the lowest, just the same way Mazen Nandeka started with broadcasts on radio. Broadcast on radio, speaking facts, providing evidence and answers to questions that have been asked. The same thing was what Mazen Simon Ekpa did. Our Prime Minister today, Mazen Simon Ekpa, came online. He began to preach. The same way I am preaching now, he began to preach. Began to make expositions. Began to bring facts. Began to open the eyes of the Biafrans. Began to expand the evangelism. Began to expose the evil of the Jew with facts and figures. He didn't come and tell us, oh, I was a counselor in Finland, I am a lawyer, I'm a barrister. He came down to the lowest. That was why some of them were addressing him as this thing in Finland, not knowing that the man they are talking about is highly placed. He didn't come with pride. Up to this moment, the Prime Minister communicates with everybody at the same level. He answers your question. He responds to everybody. The position Mazi Samuel Ekpa is, his level and position he is, where he is. There are some of us that will be in that position. They won't even allow you even to cross where they are, let alone talking to them. You will see where they were hanging their shoulder as if they are no longer human. They will become superhuman. But Mazi Samuel Ekpa, when he came, he joined and he came to the lowest level. Today, when you see him on broadcast explaining, if you do not understand his explanation, you will never understand anything. And the way he came out, without any formal introduction or pride, that was why they looked down on him. That was why many people looked down on him. They said, who is this one? They said that in Finland. He is nobody. Today, finally, through his works today are speaking for him. That same man you call Mr. Nobody has become the angel of light. The rejected stone have today become the pillar and the cornerstone of the house. That man you call Mr. Nobody today is giving the zoo sleepless night. The Zoological Republic cannot blink an eye. This man you call Nobody, the Senate have held a meeting for complete 1 week. They were talking about only one man. Every time you see the Chief of Army Staff of Nigeria go to any station to speak or online, he is talking about this same man. This same man you call Mr. Nobody, almost every criminal in Nigeria has come, and every one of them were writing petition and campaign against him. We saw that this one is not maybe they said it indirectly. In the open, we saw people making calls for the extradition of Mazi Samuel Ekpa online. They were making a call directly to the Foreign Affairs Minister of Thailand. They have written petition, different kinds of petition to extradite him. But the more you do those things, the more he soars. He's soaring like an eagle. Soaring like an eagle, higher and higher. Today, look at where Biafra is. Look at the level. The only people that still have the God to open their mouth and speak against our Prime Minister are those idiotic fools. People who has nothing to offer. People who have nothing to offer, but yet they pretend to have. But I pray that you will open their eyes and make them understand. You're welcome, my beloved brother. I know you are in your office, you are on duty. So
yeah.
If you after you can go on and speak to Biafrans, let's hear you.
Okay, my brother. Good morning. Yes.
You're welcome.
We thank God for another day like this, So obviously, we are moving on. Things are moving on the right direction. And I'm thanking you also specifically, for the consistency, because that is the key, right? So we have to keep pushing. The zoo, they fail woefully, and every step they take, every move they make, is to their own detriment and the upliftment of Biafrans. It's playing out. Everybody can see what is going on, So, Shetima, you know that during this UN Assembly conference, he went there and utterly disgraced himself. He made mockery of himself. While telling the world that Palestinians should be free and independent, that freedom and independence is a right from God to any person or group of persons. On the other hand, he went and met with Finland president, trying to lobby him, to bribe him. Because what other language you don't understand apart from bribery and corruption? That they lied about it because we know that he went and tried to bribe the Finland president that Simon Ekpa is a headache, is a problem for them. If he can, if they can surrender him, sort of, right?
Exactly.
So these guys, oh my goodness me, these guys, the Finnish president, the Finnish people, these are sophisticated people, and they don't really, somehow, you probably think that just like the Britain, allowed their citizen and the Kano to be taken away, Finland is never going to do that. Finland is a different ball game altogether. They know Biafra. They know what Biafra has been through. They know the genocide. They know from the beginning they've been there. Finland has been there from the get-go. So when I look at a guy like Shetima, a terrorist, by the way, and the whole world knows, he's a co-founder of Boko Haram. Now, for him to think, for him not to know that Finland is different, tells you the level in which these guys, the level in which they operate. Because like I said, from the beginning, Finland has been there with Biafrans. They know what Biafra pretend. They know what Biafra is going through. For how many decades now it's been like that, and you are telling the world that you cannot deny people their freedom and right. And at the same time, you are doing what the level, what kind of hypocrisy is that? So obviously we are gathering information about this whole thing. But meanwhile, the zoo with their shamelessness, the media, they came out to say that that Shetima tried to lobby Finland president to support Nigeria for a seat at a permanent seat at the United Nations. Can you imagine such depravity? I mean, look, Finland, if you want a country to be lobbied in support of a permanent seat for Nigeria, Finland is not one of those countries. Why? Because Finland, first of all, they just recently, just a couple of months ago, gained admission into NATO, right? Finland is a small country, a great country, very sophisticated country, but they don't have that kind of clout that you should go and lobby or beg them to help you, to support you for seats, permanent seat. It's just not, because if you want to do that, you go to either America or Britain or France or Russia or China, right? These are nations that pull away, because these are also the members of the P5. I think it's called P5. Exactly. So these are the guys who go and lobby. Not Finland, who just lobbied and fought her recently to join NATO. And in fact, there were nations, they were trying to stop Finland from joining NATO. Countries like Turkey, because they have their own Islamic agenda. So everything is unfolding. Slowly but surely, it's unfolding. It's unfortunate that Britain would find themselves in the position they continue to find themselves. It is really sad. It is sad, because at the end of the day, all these whole things eventually come to a head, So Israel is doing what they have to do to preserve their lives and their future, because just like Biafrans, they are facing existential threat, and I mean it in every sense of it. But we see how it goes, my brother. Yeah, so obviously, I tend to forget some things, but when you were talking initially, there are things I wanted. But anyway, I'm here with you throughout. So as things come up, I will let you. I will express. I will contribute. Yeah, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. I just brought this video up because of the statement you made. Some people don't know the relationship between Finland and the Biafrans. Some of them thought it is just because of Master Simon Ekpa, or what Master Simon have told them.
Yeah.
Finland have first-hand experience they have first-hand information of what happened, not what they were told. They were actively aware of every single thing the Biafrans have passed through.
Exactly.
These Finnish people, Their citizens were in Biafra land during the time of civil war.
Exactly.
They saw it. They starved their children. Their lunch we are taken away from them, and the money sent to Biafra land to rescue our children. They decided to cancel the building of a cathedral in Finland. A cathedral they were supposed to build. They canceled the building of that cathedral and sent the money to Biafra land. You see this information, people think it is just because Mazi Simon, even Mazi Simon, he's
was not born.
Miracle. He didn't even know how he got there.
He was not born. Simon Ekpa was not even born when these things were already happening. And I can categorically tell you that it was for this purpose, for a time like this, that Simon Ekpa was born. And it just so happened that that same divinity that took him to Finland, people don't, because, you know, when we talk, it sounds stupid to a layman for the most part, but if you look deeply, we see what is it's a manifestation. The fact that he was not even born when Finland began to cry with Biafrans. Biafrans cry, Finland cry. Biafrans hungry, Finland hungry. In the national anthem, they wrote these things. They were there from the beginning. And it just so happened that the guy that was going to finish this race, finish this job, just find himself in that same Finland. So can you
before Mazi Simon left Nigeria, Mazi Simon had the opportunity to go to the United States.
Of course.
He had the way they gave him scholarship in the United States and so many other countries. But he chose Finland among all.
Yeah.
He chose to go to Finland. And that was at a time that people were hunting to go to US, go to UK. He chose Finland.
Yeah.
So some of them don't understand. That is why when you see people making some move, they say Finland government arrest him, Finland government hand who over to you? The same child, the same person whom Finland contributed to save their parents to make them survive.
Yeah.
The same people that Finland starved their own children to make them survive. Now you want them to hand them over to you.
And given the fact that Finland has to go through the same thing in the hand of Russia to get their freedom. So you see the combination of irony, and it's just incredible. It's incredible, you know. Oh God. So obviously my appeal, and I will continue to appeal, because there are still few, maybe they are not a majority, like the Anyomas, my people, you know, because I'm Anyoma myself, and our coastal region Biafrans, you know, from Igoromigo. So this is an eye-opener, because just like Onye and Dumazina and Kanu have said, and that is the mind of every one of us.
Yes.
We are free people. We cannot allow this calamity, this enslavement from the Fulani Janjaweed, from these Marudas from Futajelon. So obviously, it's just as clear as night and day what their agenda is, what their plan is, and every day is unfolding. Because you know what? They say that Biafra land, or Igbo land, so to speak, is a dot nation, a dot in a circle, is a small country. They don't have it. Again, they say there's insecurity. Yeah, they find it convenient to bring a camp, IDP camp, or whatever camp they want to call it, to the same place, while they have vast lands everywhere in the north and in Yoruba land. Why do they want to? And again, you know what? When eventually they see that they hit the brick wall because of our PM, who has stand firmly with the government, that is not going to happen. Now they are crying. They are crying because the agenda was sinister from day one. The agenda was very sinister. There's nothing good in it. It's all about trying to mix these terrorists into our people so that they can from there infiltrate and continue. It's just as clear as night and day what the agenda is. Now, Gumi, they are threatening war this, war that, for refusing to allow the IDP camp in Igbo land. Which war? There's nothing like war. If you come, you'll be crushed. Come with your war, you'll be crushed, because our fight is just, you know. We are not invading anybody. We are not taking the north. We are on our soil. So if you come with your war, you will fail woefully. You know, God, I always say, I say, God raised a standard. This is, again, people sometimes they don't understand this thing. From when I saw our PM, I listened to him, it just struck me that this is it. I am telling you, this was like 2 years ago or a little more than that. I just knew that this is it. And from that time till now, the Nigerian government has tried everything to get to him, but God said, no, not this time. Not this time anymore. So he is the finisher. So like I said, Onyendu Nnamdi Kanu has said also from the beginning, and that's the mind of every one of us, let us get ourselves free from this entanglement, from this shackle called, evil shackle called a country. First of all, then when we are free, now, if coastal region Biafrans or whatever it is, whichever region, if they want to be like, this is the word of Nnamdi Kanu, I'm telling you. I think that was the word he gave to Tomporo. That if you now decide that you want your own country, that would be a wonderful thing. So that, but we don't want to see our people remain in this denigration, in this entanglement, this evil called Nigeria. They have to be free. So if you want to have your own this thing, fine. If it's also federalism or regionalism, that is even welcome too, you know. So every region will grow and develop at their own pace, based on their own pace. At their own pace, they will to develop themselves. Exactly, just like you have in the US, for example. You know, the pay rate at Texas is not necessarily the same as pay rate as in Philadelphia, because people grow according to their own pace. It makes room for competition and for development. So this is the word of Nnamdi Kanu, who has traveled vastly, who is well read, who has a mind you can't even imagine. Same mind with our PM. So virtually, this is the new world. That is the kingdom of Chukwu Okabiama. This is it. So that's my appeal to, because I know a lot of our people too, some from Okwani and different places. We just have to, first of all, fight to get ourselves out of this evil entity that has pinned every one of us down. Our people are dying on the Mediterranean Sea just to escape hunger, just to escape poverty, just to escape. So we just have to sort this thing out. Then after, we can have our federation. You know, it's as simple as that. But if you now love darkness, if you now love retrogression, if you don't want betterment, so fine. You continue with your one Nigeria, because there's absolutely nothing in Nigeria. Nothing. Especially as it's constituted now, because it's not even going to change. They've told you already that they will not restructure. They don't want regionalism. They don't want nothing. They want it the way it is. Hope saying that you have to change your mind. That is your mind. Can you imagine such rubbish? So, my brother, audio.
My brother, this video, I think I'm going to allow this video to play so that everybody can listen to it. This is the person you can see here is our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. And this time, he is not yet with the IPOB. In this place you're seeing, he is serving as the leader of Ohareze Igbo in Finland. Mm. He is serving as leader of Ohareze Igbo in Finland. So the foundation you are seeing, he didn't start building the foundation today. And the woman that is going to speak there is a woman that served in Biafra land, a Finnish woman. She's now old, that served in Biafra land. Mm. She was there in that occasion. I want you to listen to that very program from beginning to end before we continue.
Good.
In Finland, for the next 100 years, who knows? Anniversary. In Finland, for the next 100 years, who knows? So, celebrating Finland 100 years is a very serious business. So, this is actually once in a lifetime thing. As you may know, most of you do not know this woman here. She is a mother, she is a sister, she has been to Biafra land, she has helped the Igbos in the 60s. During the war, she was in Biafra land, and she is a Finn. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Hindika. She is one of a kind. When you begin to imagine and you begin to think about the way multiculturalism is being taken very seriously in Finland, even though there are racism which should not be disputed. But as far back as 1960, this young lady you see here was in Ebola as a social worker and a voluntary worker to the Norwegian, to the church. Yeah, I'm gonna give the microphone to her, and she will have maybe a little bit time to just share a little word with us, and thereafter we proceed to cutting of this cake. Thank you.
50 years ago, I heard Finlandia in Eastern Nigeria radio. And that was the very day, when Eastern Nigeria broke away from Nigeria and Biafra was born. And that day, they said that they wanted they want to play the new anthem of Biafra, and that was the same, or tone of Finlandia. Yeah, 50 years ago.
Thank you very much. We are very happy and very grateful to have you here in our midst for the second time. You are always dear to us. We will always be there for you, like you have been there for us all these years. For over 50 years, she has been there for the Igbos. It is the time for us to show some appreciation. And we will always continue to remember her so long as we are in Finland, so long as the Igbo Union activity continues to exist in Finland. She is going to be by us from now on.
You see, some of us don't understand. When you listen to this woman and you listen to the introduction of our Prime Minister, this woman you are seeing here, she is not just an ordinary person, she is a princess.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Mazi. When was this? Is a recent thing or a long time ago?
This is a long time ago. It's a long time ago, even before our Prime Minister joined the IPOB.
Wow.
This was before he joined IPOB.
Mm.
These are the Finland 100-year celebration.
Okay.
The Igbo community, because then our Prime Minister was the leader of the Igbo community over there in Finland.
Yes.
So they are celebrating the 100-year of Finland.
That
was when this very video was taken. So people don't know the relation we have with Finland. That it is not just something you just wake up. This woman that speaks, she is a princess.
Yeah.
Biafra issue is connected with the royal family of Finland.
Yeah.
So it is not something you wake up one day, you see somebody talking about Biafra, you say, bring him, send him, kidnap him.
Yeah.
Some of them are very, very ignorant. That is why when I look at this IPOB Nigeria that are talking trash, you know, that when Master Simon ever joined this struggle, he didn't come from the top and introduce himself as King Kong.
Exactly.
He came from the grassroots. He was preaching just the same way I'm preaching. That's the way he started. Just broadcasting, and we were all following.
Yeah.
And that was why they looked down on him. They looked down on him. They said that thing in Finland, that man, that thing, that short thing, that small boy. Today, this small boy is giving them sleepless night. Today, without him introducing himself, his work today is speaking for him.
Yeah.
Every single thing he's doing today is speaking for him. Some of us don't know how lucky we are. We don't know. When we say that the Biafran struggle is a spiritual thing, it is not so. It is the mandate of Chukwu Okikabia.
100%.
Once your own tenor is finished, you go off, another person will come in.
Yeah.
All you need to do is to be ready to answer the call.
Yeah.
Every single one of us here have a responsibility. That is something you are supposed to do. But when you leave your own angle, or when your own office is done, instead of you to walk away, you are standing as a hindrance or stumbling block. You destroy everything you have done, and you face your punishment.
You know, there's something that really it gets me. But again, that it clearly shows also that the nature of human being, for the most part, of course, not everybody, but for the most part, the nature of human being. The fact that this IPOB, these guys who were with Nnamdi Kanu, who conspired with the enemies, because when I came to this country in 2014, and I met some of them in London, and they were saying this, saying that he's dictatorial, that you know the way he sound with anger and frustration, eh?
Exactly.
That for him is my way or the highway. But that is not whom he is. But he's just trying to push the message through. He just wants to awaken the people. That is why he sound like that. That is not whom Nnamdi Kanu is.
Exactly.
But these guys, they conspire with the enemies, took money to hand him over, just like Judas did to Jesus, But what surprises is that till this day, they still cannot find the humanity in them, or should I say, the shame or whatever it is, to come to their senses. They still go there and broadcast with Uchechi. But they can see very clearly in every angle who is on the right path and who is not on the right. And the Biafran people, they are some of the, if not the most intelligent, but some of the most brilliant people on the face of this earth. Because why do I say that? They always have this ability, somewhere along the line, to decide who is on the right side and who is not on the right side, who is for them and who is not for them, who is lying and who is telling the truth, who is going to lead them to the right path and who is not. I tell you, I give an instance of when Buhari contested. 3 good times he contested, they rejected him 3 times. Because why? Because they know that he's a jihadist that has absolutely nothing to offer, but rather than to push Islamization, to force it on people. That is all he cares about. That is everything that Buhari cares about, nothing other than that. Therefore, 3 times they rejected him. And he came out and said 90% or 5%. If you remember, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that is how, so that is how it is with Biafrans. So when our PM, when Simon Ekpa came along, before you know it, people began to rally around him. Why? Because they see the light, they follow the light. Now there are those who continue in the path of darkness, who still few, very few, as it is now, very, very minor, the number of people that listen to this, oh my goodness, IPOB, and their Radio Biafra, that they come there to propagate lies and deceptions. Even the Nigerian government, I mean, how clearer can it get? Everybody can see whom the government is after. Why are they not after Chike Doziem or the rest of them? They are not, because these are not the people doing the right thing. They are more or less doing the job of Nigerian government. So it's obvious. So anybody claiming this and that, you don't know the truth, you are lying to yourself, because the truth is there staring every one of us in the face. Anybody, people who are the one Nigerian is, so to speak. Like this guy now, there's one young man, I think he's Yoruba from Lagos, David Honde or whatever his name is, So, he's having some back and forth with our PM. Now, it's obvious why they're against our PM. It's not because he's doing anything bad, no, but because he wants to free Biafrans. He wants to lead Biafrans out of this dungeon called Nigeria. You see? So, but for him, in Yaoundé, David Dinyonde, and so many other ones like the IPOB, Nigeria, and the rest of that. They want one Nigeria because they are working with the Biafran politicians now. The IPOB Nigeria, they are working with them. So anybody who wants one Nigeria want to or believing in the illusion that Nigeria is workable, is gonna do better, blah blah blah, obviously will be enemy to our PM. So it's not surprising.
Yes.
But these are people I call workers of iniquity, workers of darkness, because you can clearly see that Nigeria, there's nothing, absolutely nothing about Nigeria. A country that has been hijacked, completely hijacked by the Islamists. The vice president is a founder of Boko Haram. Who does that? Who on earth does that? Even the one who is the president, a guy who lied in a normal society, a guy who lied that he attended a school, gave the year, so and so year, and it just so happened that the school never existed that year. That alone, in a society where you have normal people with brain and courage, that alone disqualifies you.
Everything about Tinubu is fraud. His age,
you see what I mean?
His school, his identity. Nobody knows anything about Tinubu. His source of income, nothing is known.
Jesus. So
nothing about Tinubu is known. His source of income, his age, his school he attended, the certificate he presented, everything are fake.
A country over 200 million people with so-called professors and this and that, intellectuals, to think that where is that obtainable? A guy that lies in every way possible, a drug baron who forfeited money over drug-related offense. These things alone has disqualified you. Don't get anywhere.
He's not even supposed to contest at all. He's not even qualified to contest. He doesn't have to.
That's my point. That's my point. That it disqualifies you from contesting in a country where you have people who are human beings, not zoo, not animal. In a country where you have people, human being, normal human being, Tinubu is not supposed to contest at all. He got disqualified from the primary, and keep in mind that even before the election, he never participated in any debate. He told them clearly that he doesn't give a damn about debating P2B or Atiku. He didn't debate anybody. So that is a country you are telling me that, oh my goodness, a country that has been hijacked over the years, over many years ago, that these Islamists, they control the judiciary.
Everywhere.
They control the military, they control the police, look at what is happening now in Rivers State with this governor. He's trying to raise his shoulder against the IG. But we saw the governor in Edo State, what is his name? Before the Edo election, we saw that guy from PDP came out to rebuke the IG, that he's working for the government, working for the APC, that he wants APC to win Edo, that they will not allow it to happen in Edo, that they've arrested his boy, blah, 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 that what right does Abuja have to dictate what happens in Edo? But at the end of the day, what happened? It happened because the APC and Tinubu and the Islamists that have hijacked the country, everything is under their control as far as Nigeria is concerned. And they made their intention very clear that they are going to turn the entire country into a one-party system.
Yeah.
So they are going to use the same template as they did in Edo recently. They're going to use it in Ondo. They're going to use it in Anambra and so many other places. So when eventually they captured all the states, so it becomes a one-party system, then it becomes an easy venture, easy move to now declare Nigeria, not just theoretically, but in practical terms, an Islamic country. That is what it's all about. But the stumbling block, the brick wall that they're hitting is coming from the Igbo land, because part of it, because you see, they are working from different angles. They're just using, including the Abdul Salamis of this world, who always, when they're before election, any election, he will come with his book for you to sign his. So for you to sign peace accord. You know the significance of that peace accord? So that when you sign, they rig you out, you will not be able to do nothing. You go home and cry. At most, they will tell you, go to court. And the court, they own the court, the Supreme Court, all of that. Jesus Christ. Mankind have not known an evil. Oh, my word. Oh, my soul rejects and detests this country called Nigeria.
No sensible person will be attaching himself to Nigeria now.
Absolutely.
For you to attach yourself to Nigeria, first of all, you must take away your brain.
True.
Take your brain and throw to the dustbin. Then you embrace Nigeria. That is how it works.
And
that is why they are moving from one certificateless president to the other.
Jesus.
You are here crying of Buhari. If they had told them that they will see somebody who is worse than Buhari, who will believe it?
Hey,
nobody will believe it.
They will take their brain, remove their brain, and take the evil brain, put there. That's
take empty thing and put it before you can now serve in Nigeria. That is how it works. That is why you will see a professor rigging election for somebody that doesn't have a certificate.
Unbelievable.
A professor that spent years in school, traveled abroad to study, you are rigging election for somebody who has not entered into the classroom.
Well, as for like that professor, so you see, everything points, everything from A to Z points to the fact that this is an evil entity. The fact that Mahmoud rigged the election in 2023 and they are not able to get him out of there. He's not persecuted in any way, shape, or form. At the wee hour of the morning, he came and announced the election, just like that. And he still continues. Even though
he's still there.
He's still there. Even there, he's still there.
Will show you that Nigeria will never be redeemed.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh boy. No. You must be evil. You have to be fundamentally evil to be supporting one Nigeria. Yeah. That's how, because there's a young brother from Abo, Okocha, he also broadcast. And there's this woman that comes there from America. I don't know where she's from, but she speaks Yoruba fluently. She's always coming there with deception that she have planned. Meanwhile, she's just getting social benefits in America. She's not working, coming to lie that they have a work in a pipeline, how to transform Nigeria, blah, blah, blah. I look at this, so I say, agent, pure agent, trying to deceive the gullible. People who try to, nobody can save Nigeria. There's nothing you will do to save it.
What are you going to save?
Because Nigeria as it is now, is in the hand of the Islamists that have hijacked it. Yeah, so the only way you can get out of this mess is to be ready to fight and pull out. Because when the fight starts, then the world will hear. Like the measure we've taken now, from the 2nd of December, we're going to declare Biafra and we begin to reclaim our land, block by block.
That is the only solution.
Yeah, slowly but surely, So, my brother, Odiego, they talk, make I just do something quickly.
Thank you so much, my brother. So, my fellow Biafrans that are watching, Nigeria can never be redeemed. Another example that will show you that Nigeria cannot be redeemed is, look at the issue of petrol. Initially, they were telling you that when they have their refinery working, that the price of petrol will come down. They tell you they are buying it from abroad. They export the raw material and they import it back. That is why it is expensive. That when they begin to refine in Nigeria, that it's going to be cheaper. That was the message they preached initially, right? Which everybody with their common sense, you should know that when you buy this from abroad and when you produce locally, that's one you produce in law, supposed to be cheaper. Now, most of the expenses are being cut. You're not going to get having those expenses anymore. It's supposed to be cheaper. But what are you seeing? With their fellow criminal, Dangote, that they gave a license to build a refinery. On the completion of his so-called refinery today, what is the price of your fuel? What is the price of your fuel? The same fuel you protested, even when they were buying from outside, 190, 170, you are protesting. Today, you are begging them to sell it for you at 800 naira, 900 naira. They said no. You are going to pay 1,000 plus, even when they have started refining it in your country. When we say Nigeria can never be survived, can never survive, you don't understand. The same thing that what they did in cement, that is what he's going to do in your fuel. Today, that your petroleum is going to be much more expensive to you to buy than anything. You will regret even why you didn't continue buying from abroad. That is what the zoo is. There is no way you can make it right. The more you think you can make it right, the only thing they specialize in is in lies. And because they know that the only people that can put things straight, the only people that cannot accept their lie, the only people that will always investigate anything they do is the Biafran people. The Biafrans. I am not talking about the Biafran politicians because the Biafran politicians are the worst. These are the worst of the worst. The Biafran politicians, they are the worst of the worst. Those ones can support anything as long as money is in their pockets. They can support anything as long as they are given posts. They are made governor, they are made minister. They can support anything. But when you come to the citizens in citizenship, the Biafrans cannot be silent. They can't. And I thank Chukwu Okike, the level we are today. Pursuing our freedom. Destroying every lie that they have told so many lies. Which one are you going to start from? They told so many lies. And in that zoo, the federal government has no investment in Biafran territory. Even though the money they are using, everything they are eating. The fowl that laid the golden egg is dying out of hunger. He can't even find food to eat. And he wants us to fold our hands and continue to remain there. The fowl that laid the golden egg doesn't even have food to eat. That is how bad it is. And somebody will come and tell me, oh, let's keep trying. Oh, Nigeria is going to be... I want you to tell me the pointer. What is the pointer you're looking at? What are you pointing at? What is that thing that is making you believe that somehow, it's going to be better? Because as I'm believing for the coming of Biafra, very soon, I can see the pointer. I see things being done. And because of things I have seen, I know Biafra is here. Self-referendum have been conducted. Biafra has a government. Biafra has the military. And they are fighting on the ground. Biafra have a lobbying group. They are lobbying everywhere. Biafra have liaison offices across the world. We can see our prime minister negotiating and reaching out to people of the world. The self-referendum have been conducted and more than 50 million people voted. We have already planned and a convention has been fixed. The first one has been done. In the second one, has been fixed. A date has been fixed to declare the restoration of independence in Biafra. When you look at all these things that line up, you will now begin to believe. Even if you doubt it, when you see all these information lined up, you will now say, okay, let me watch and see. Let me watch and see what is going to happen and how it's going to come. But for somebody to come and tell you, oh, Biafra is going to come, Biafra is going to come, it is here. And you look, there is nothing being done. There is no activity going on anywhere. There's nothing you get. It's unbelievable. You won't believe it. That is the case of Nigeria. It is going to be good. It's going to be good. Let's make it work. How are you going to make it work? How are you going to make it work when the pillars of fraud are still there? The Electoral Commission, the person who is still in charge of your election today, is still a fraudster. The same person that brought people that don't have certificate is still there, not sacked. He is still sitting there as his own house. The fraudster in Asorok select your chief justice. Your Senate president is a fraudster, has a fraud case on him. How is it going to work? How? Your military today is mixed up with terrorists. You have recruited, you have more terrorists today in your military than the ordinary people. That is why everything has become terrorism. That is why Biafran Liberation Army is sending them packing. What are you going to look at? Nothing. The only thing they are very good at is in telling lies. They will tell you that Biafrans are dot in the circle. They will tell you that your Biafran people are landlocked. Lie from the pit of hell. And when they tell this lie, sometimes our people begin to believe them. Sometimes our people begin to believe the lies when it has lasted for too long. Even when you know that these people are lying, some of us begin to believe their lies. Just like that issue of landlocked. There was a time they were preaching it everywhere. Landlocked. Biafra land is landlocked. And when they talk about Biafra land, they forget about that Biafra is not only the 5 eastern states. And the 5 eastern states is not only the place the Igbos are. And even as at that, still yet, that Igbo area is not landlocked. We have seen several videos on that. And I'm going to play this one for us to listen. Let us listen to this, our brother, the information he has on this very video.
East is not landlocked. Actually, the Southeast has the deepest and the shortest access to the Atlantic Ocean compared
Did you hear it?
to all of Nigeria.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? When they tell you these lies, they push it and promote it. You will think it's true. Hear it from him.
The Southeast is not landlocked. Actually, the Southeast has the deepest and the shortest access to the Atlantic Ocean compared to all of Nigeria. Since after the Biafran War of survival, you know, Ndi Igbo have been hit with a barrage of lies and propaganda, you know, concerning our access to the ocean. And in a condescending but rather popular phrase, our detractors say that the Southeast or Igbo is landlocked. But is Igbo landlocked? The answer is no. Igbo is not. Igbo land is not landlocked, you know. And like I said earlier, we have one of the deepest access to the ocean. Now, with this, I would like to welcome you to another interesting episode at Voice of the Sun. Today, we'll be dispelling the lies and the propaganda that says that Igbo land is landlocked and we do not have access to the ocean, which is something you will always hear in the Nigeria media space. So now, before we go ahead to discuss the geography of Igbo, I would like for us to define what a landlocked region or country is, right? So, a country or region is considered landlocked when it is surrounded by one or more countries and therefore has no immediate coastline preceding, you know, or providing access to the sea or the ocean. Now, simply put, this means that a landlocked country is a country that is inside another country. Now, with this definition, would you say that Igbo land is inside another country? The answer is no. The answer is no. So to understand the far reach of our land, Igbo, let us dive into a little geography, you know, and list the far reaches, not few, the far reaches of our land, Igbo, before the Nigerian government, you know, carved it out and turned them into the south, leaving us with just 5 southeastern states, right? So Igbo are located on both sides of the River Niger, you know, and we occupy most of the old eastern region. You know, before we had southeast, we had at independence we had an old eastern region which compassed the 5 southeastern states, rivers. All the south states were under the what do you call it? The old eastern region, right? So let us look at that location, that geographical location. So Igbo, you know, that is what I love to call Igbo. It measures up to 41,000 square kilometers, and it includes the old provinces of Onitsha, Owerri, East Rivers, which is Iguacha, which they renamed as Port Harcourt, and then we have Southwest Benin. No, not Southwest Benin. We have Southeast Benin, the Abo area, you know, and then coming down Abo area, yes. Then we have West Ogoja, and then we have the Northeast Warri. All of these are the areas that you would find Igbo people all around the south, the old eastern Nigeria, right? So so now a detailed study of an Igbo will show you that. So now I'm going into the rivers, the waterways, the tributaries we have in an Igbo. Now a detailed study of our topography would show you that Abia State, Keta, Imo State, Anambra, have some of the shortest distances, tributaries leading to the Atlantic Ocean. We have the Azumini or Azumiri in Abia State. We have Imo River. We have Omambala, which is River Niger. And then we have Oguta Lake in Imo State. We have Oseakwa River in Ihiala, Anambra State, which actually terminates in the southeast end of the Atlantic Ocean. And then these rivers I mentioned above, they all have short, very, very short navigational paths to the Atlantic Ocean. And geographically, they have far shorter distances. If you measure the distance, which is not measured in nautical miles, from land to the sea, measured in nautical miles. Not the nautical miles of these rivers, they are shorter than that of Calabar, Port Harcourt, Ibaka Seaport, to the Atlantic Ocean. One of my lights have gone off, but we must continue. So yeah. So the Azumini River in Abia State and the Imo River are basically 15 to 30 nautical miles to the beachhead of the Atlantic Ocean. Keep this in mind. The Azumini in Abia and the Imo River are 15 to 30 nautical miles to the beachhead of the Atlantic Ocean. And then we have the Obuako River in Abia State, which is 25 nautical miles. 25 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean from the confluence of the Azumini River and the Imo River. Where the Azumini River and the Imo River meet, there you find the Obuako River, and it has 25 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean. And then we have the Oseakwa River in Ihiala, which I mentioned earlier, which is just a mere 18 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean. And it has a depth of 65 feet, making it the deepest waterway to the Atlantic Ocean, the deepest natural waterway to the Atlantic Ocean in Nigeria as a whole. Other waterways, other seaports might be deep, but they were dredged. This one is 65 feet deep. Oseakwa River in Ihiala, Anambra State, the deepest in Nigeria naturally, right? So, and then we have Osemoto in Oguta. The pronunciation it's what I'm trying to get. I've not been there before. It's spelled Osemoto, Osemoto in Oguta. It has 18 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean, right? So to understand why I said we have the shortest and the closest and the deepest waterways to the Atlantic Ocean, let us compare the rivers I mentioned above now in Anibo to the seaports in Nigeria. So the Port Harcourt seaport was dredged up to 50 miles to the Atlantic Ocean through the Bonny River. 50. On a seaport was dredged up to 60 miles to the Atlantic Ocean. The Calabar seaport was dredged 45 miles, nautical miles. When I say miles, nautical miles, 45 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean. Ibaka seaport is 30 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean. This one comes closer to what we have in Anibo. One year, small, a little, right? 30 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean. And then the Lagos seaport, the seaports in Lagos, were dredged 50 nautical miles to the Atlantic Ocean. So that this means that the water in the current southeast region alone, have fewer nautical miles and are closer to the Atlantic Ocean than the Onne, Calabar, Ibaka, Lagos, and Port Harcourt seaports, respectively. I want this to sink in, so you understand that you have been lied to. We have been lied to.
Big lies.
Let this sink in. Every other seaport in Nigeria exists today was dredged to get to where they are.
Absolutely.
But naturally, we have the shortest distance to the Atlantic Ocean. And if we further dredge these tributaries to the Atlantic Ocean, we would have some of the best seaports you have.
But they wouldn't let
Africa.
They wouldn't let it happen.
Let me just say in Nigeria. Right. So that being said, we move forward. So in 1959 was before our independence in 1960. So you understand where I'm going to. The Osakwa River in Ihiala and the Osemoto in Oguta were mapped out to be made seaports.
Did you hear that?
You understand?
Did you hear that? That the rivers in Biafra were mapped out to be made seaport before independence. I want you to hear it again. So you will say you didn't hear.
59 was before our independence in 1960. So you understand where I'm going to. The Osakwa River in Ihiala and the Osemoto in Oguta were mapped out to be made seaports. You understand? 1959 was before our independence in 1960. So you understand where I'm going to. The Osakwa River in Ihiala and the Osemoto in Oguta were mapped out to be made seaports in Africa. Or let me just say in Nigeria. Right, so that being said, we move forward. So in 1959 was before our independence in 1960.
I want everybody to catch this information.
The Osakwa River in Ihiala and the Osemoto in Oguta were mapped out to be made seaports. You understand? They were mapped out to be made seaports. But the projects were abandoned by the Nigerian government. It's not today they started trying to hinder Igbo. So in 1959 was before our independence.
I want everybody to catch this information
where I'm going
because they push this.
The Osakwa River in Ihiala and the Osemoto in Oguta were mapped out to be made seaports. You understand? They were mapped out to be made seaports, but the projects were abandoned by the Nigerian government. It's not today they started trying to hinder Igbo progress. So in 1959 was before our independence in 1960. So you understand where I'm going to. The Osakwa River in Ihiala and the Osemoto in Oguta were mapped out to be made seaports. You understand? They were mapped out to be made seaports, but the projects were abandoned by the Nigerian government. It's not today they started trying to hinder Igbo progress. They abandoned the project of the seaport project in Anibo. You know, and even the Admiralty membership license was erased.
You see?
Just to confirm what I'm saying, the African Development Bank has a report on this particular project. You can go search. I think I will find the report. It will be in an article we'll publish following this video, so you'll see it there. So that being said, so let us get to how did we Ndi Igbo. Now, before I even get to how we lost our lands as Ndi Igbo, I want you to try and wrap your head around all I have said. Igbo is not landlocked. Igbo is not landlocked. I'm repeating this so that it registers in the head of both our people and both our detractors. Igbo is not landlocked. By distance to the sea, by having multiple access tributaries to the Atlantic Ocean and having one of the deepest waterways in the Atlantic Ocean, we are not landlocked. So let us move forward. Now, how did we lose so much of our lands? How did Ndi Igbo of this generation now come to believe that we are landlocked, we don't have access to the sea? How did we get there? So now, some of the major contributors to this of how we lost our ancestral lands, because these are our ancestral lands, and natural access to the ocean, was the abandoned property policy, in the new form South. And the Igbophobia, the hate of Ndi Igbo that followed the Biafran war of survival. It was a genocide on us that we had to fight to survive, with over 3 million killed. So many of our Igbo brothers, after they started to deny their Igbo-ness and ancestry, you find this a lot in Port Harcourt. You even find it across the Niger among some of our Nyoman brothers who now say they are not Igbo. But you bear Igbo names. You find the likes of Rotimi Amechi, Chibike Rotimi Amechi, Wike that say they are not Igbo. You are answering an Igbo name.
Mhm.
You know, what's his name? There was one that was a Nigerian team, somebody Olise. Sunday
Sunday
Olise.
Olisa.
Excuse me.
Very, very funny. An educated
Sunday
man.
Olise said he was
Acting
an
Yeah.
Igbo
an
man.
educated.
Manina has Olisa. Where is Olisa from? So,
Okay,
but I'm just trying to point to you how some of our Igbo brothers had to deny their Igbo-ness because of the stigma of that Biafran war. You know, so and then also by 1976, when General Olusegun Obasanjo was the then military president, he used this. There was a Justice Nasir Boundary Adjustment Commission that was created, and they intentionally carved up and carved out Igbo territories and carved them into the new fangled or called mangled is the word, South. They created a South, which does not exist on the map anywhere in the world. South is not a region that exists anywhere in the world, only in Nigeria. They created it to reduce the political power, the resources, and what have you of Ndibu, and they created a South. That was in 1976, the work of Olusegun Obasanjo and his Justice Nasir Boundary Adjustment Commission. That was when we lost some of our lands, you know. And then going forward, and there are other ways too we lost our lands, you know, but these are the major ones. Now brings us down to the state creation of states and all of that. And over the years, there was no more history. Like, after the war, history was erased from from Nigerian schools. So without teaching of history, there are certain things you wouldn't know about your people.
Exactly.
History was erased. So Ndibo did not even know their ancestry, who their brothers were, how far reached their lands were. We lost all of this with the stopping of teaching of history. Some of us know these things because we invest time in studying our history. You look at the books you see on the set. You see, I have lots of history books. This is just few of what I have in my library, and then we have materials online with lots. If you don't know your history, one day you are gone. You wouldn't know a thing. A foreigner will come and lie to you that your father killed your mother, and you will believe it because you don't know your history. So when I'm going forward, we're coming to the conclusion. In conclusion, it is important for us as Ndibo to know that we have a legal access to the ocean. We have a legal access to the ocean, and this legal access is known as the international law of the sea. The international law of the sea. You know, whether you are in Nigeria, whether we Ndibo belong to Nigeria or we have a country of our own, this law gives us unhindered access to the nearest sea because we are an indigenous people. Every indigenous people who have waterways leading to the Atlantic Ocean have rights to the ocean and can say that this part of the ocean belongs to us. So among all the waterways I listed, at least we can say we have close to 8 in Anibo that have short and deep tributaries to the Atlantic Ocean. So then tomorrow you come out and tell me, or you tell my children, that we don't have access to the ocean, that we are landlocked. You lie. You lie. You understand? So whether we are in Nigeria or we're not in Nigeria, we have access to the Atlantic Ocean. Know this and know this today. Anibo is not landlocked. So and some of the other laws that back our legal access to the Atlantic Ocean are the United Nations Treaty of the Sea. United Nations Treaty of the Sea, and also the African Union Treaties and Conventions of the Sea. Hear me again. We have the International Law of the Sea, we have the United Nations Treaty of the Sea, and then we have the African Union Treaty and Convention of the Sea. These laws guarantee that Ndibo have access to the Atlantic Ocean. And as long as Nigeria and the countries around us, Cameroon and the rest, are signatories to these international laws, then they do not have any right to prevent us from having that access. It's just that it's so bad that certain things in Nigeria have been put on the exclusive list of the federal government. Things like railway lines and, you know, major refineries and even seaports. States can't even have seaports. If not, we can create seaports of our own. You know, every Imo state will create a seaport. Abia state will have a seaport. Anambra will have a seaport. You know, and then we move ahead with our lives. But we're in a federal government where the constitution hinders the progress of a people. And that is why we are saying that we want Nigeria restructured, or we divide and we go.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. So, man, we'll leave that. We'll leave this part. This is what I just said now for another video entirely. So, Umunim, we have access to the Atlantic Ocean, and we have multiple access to the Atlantic Ocean. If you go through River Niger, if River Niger is dredged, because most of the seaports in Nigeria were dredged to get to the Atlantic Ocean, River Niger is dredged. We would through Bonny, we'll be at the Atlantic Ocean. The big ships come dock, you know, at the seaport with smaller vessels. They come into Onitsha, and we offload them. Onitsha main market keeps boosting. You understand? And when people tell you that they can't dredge waters, it's a lie. It's a lie. There are places in the world where they were just tiny waterways. They were dredged to have that now I will call them major seaports and access to the sea. London has a seaport, but they don't have access to the sea. They had to dredge their way to the sea, and most of the ships that come into the UK come to London, but London has a waterway to the sea which it dredged. There's this I've forgotten the name. We'll leave this for another video. But the summary of what I'm saying, if I'm telling you, is that Anibo is not landlocked.
You have heard it, my beloved brothers and sisters who are watching. Some of these videos are very important. That is why we take them out and we play it for people who cannot be able to reach it out to see it and know. So many lies are being told out there against us, and we cannot continue to be silent. It is because we have been silent for too long. And when they tell these lies, some people begin to believe it to be truth. At a time, people begin to believe it to be truth. We must not be silent anymore. That is why every one of us should join in this evangelism. When you see videos like this, spread it.
Maz, this very one in particular, I've seen this video maybe a year or two ago thereabout, but it needs to be played everywhere. Trust me, because you know why?
Everywhere.
They lied that Igbo land is landlocked, has completely, a lot of our people buy into it. Because I've seen...
You know the most painful one? Even the educated women,
the elite.
I saw someone. Can you imagine, like somebody like what do you call this actor? What's that his name? This our Nollywood actor, popular actor. What is his name?
Man.
Ebubedike. This one I things fall apart. What is his name?
Okonkwo. Peter Edochie. Yes.
Do you know that Peter Edochie was on the live program? He was saying that Igbo land is landlocked.
Yeah. Educated man, an elite.
You can imagine if somebody like that can stand on a popular media, a federal media, and be saying that before the whole world. Can you imagine what the youth will be saying?
You know, I've spoken with a British guy who lives. He was always visiting Igbo land, and topic like this came up, and he told me what this brother just said. He said that even their own seaport, that they had to dredge their way into the Atlantic. He said to me, this is what he said to me. So you see, this lie have been so badly spread. And I was watching a YouTube program in Nigeria. One of these young men who does YouTube channel in Lagos, and so he was talking about the Biafra and this and that. We have our Biafra and the Yoruba guy. You know Afonja, how they behave. You know, he told him that which Biafra you want to have that is landlocked. Where will you get your seaport? Blah blah blah. You see, so and the guy, because he's not enlightened, the guy doesn't know. He doesn't know this thing. So he went quiet. He went silent. Why the Afonja was telling him that the Lagos is the seaport because there's no seaport in your that is blah 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 blah. So so this is why it's very important that this message goes around every platform. Let Biafrans, let people know that Igbo land is not landlocked. Even though we have in South, we have in Port Harcourt, all these places, but even in the main Igbo land there is equally not landlocked.
It's not landlocked.
Exactly. So people need to get that the message need to spread. So that's why I'm happy when you repeat these things. We need to be, because not everybody that is fortunate to watch the program now or be. So when it's played from time to time, people run into it. It's spread. It has to spread. So that's one thing I also like about Kocha, this young man I told you from Abo. He always play this video repeatedly, so that if you don't catch it now, you catch it tomorrow. If you don't catch it tomorrow, so it's very important. Information is power, bro. Information is power.
It is. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate everybody have connected, because these informations are things we must not allow them to continue to preach. So many lies have been told against us, and we have been silent for too long. We don't care. Every one of us is busy on his business. We say we don't care about the government. We don't care, but they are pushing lies against you.
Exactly.
They are pushing lies against you, and the whole world is believing it.
Yeah.
One typical example you can see the case of our beloved sister Amaka. If not the way the people rose up and speak, they would have persecuted that lady.
Yeah.
The whole world will begin to believe that it is the lady that just started it. And that is the way the Biafran people behave. They are troublemakers.
Yeah. Because
when every one of us came out and began to bring out our own evidence individually, begin to pour out evidence that these people have been into this ethnic bigotry for a very long time, and we don't respond.
Exactly. Because
only one single response from our sister, they push it. Even their Senate sat on the case, and fellow Biafrans endorsed the kidnap of that lady.
Okay.
Do you see how bad it is? See how this life is? That is why I tell Biafrans, this is not the time to keep quiet because you want to sound eloquent. You want
politically correct.
You want to sound politically correct. You want your friends. You don't want them to say, "Oh, this one is too extreme." You want to look nice in the presence of the enemy. Anybody that will hate you because you claim your nationality or you defend where you are, let that person hate you. That person originally is your enemy.
Exactly.
Anybody that hates you because you took up your identity and the person hates you and say he won't do business with you, that person originally is your real enemy. You should only thank God that he has now shown himself as your enemy.
You must defend yourself at all times.
You must.
Because the hatred of Ndigbo is well documented. There is no, it's just there for anybody with any sense or goodness of heart to see. I tell you that what they do is they use this lie and propaganda and so it's our duty to give it back to them, and because like you gave a slight example of this Amaka own. If not that she's turned up, nobody would have known what's going on. Meanwhile, it's been going on not only on the social media but among the political elite in Yoruba land, not all, but in Yoruba land, in not everywhere, that even the Abike Debiri and one that really paid me, there's one other guy who have a YouTube channel. He has huge following in the past, but I don't know what happened to him now. He said it's one man went to mouth. When he started on the basis of bashing Ndigbo, try to discredit and to criminalize Ndigbo. He will come out and say that the usual suspect, that whenever there's this drug thing, if it's not a maker, it will be this. And he started blocking me because I was giving it back to him. I said, my friend, I said, I'm not a hater. I don't bash people or hear about. But if you want to play this game, then we play it. I told him, if this game you want to play, we play, because we all know the history. We know how we all started. I told him, I said, look, that when you are talking about drug trafficking in Nigeria, that it was your people that started it, and I took him way back. When we were a little kid, some of them, the musicians, they were going London here and there. They started it until our people began to know about it. And when they talk about ritualism, I told them, I said that there is something called bomber. You know, when I was a little child in Lagos, our parents won't let us go to school alone because they snatch the child and use the child for ritual. You know, so when you talk about so many of these criminalities, I say
it is more predominant with them, even this ritual. Presently, go and check. Go and
Okay.
check the videos of ritual killing in Nigeria today. You are
Yeah.
going to see majority is from the southwest.
Exactly.
But
Bomo,
they have
bomo.
used their Nollywood. Some of our idiotic Biafran actors, some
Buy
of our
it.
idiotic actors, they thought they were acting movie. They
Yeah.
thought they were making money. They didn't know that
Mhm.
these people were using that to push a message. And today, they begin to identify the Biafrans with ritual. But
Yeah.
go and check. Even as at recent, from this year alone, go and check the ritual killing and selling of human parts in Nigeria. The
Yeah.
videos you can see, even in their station, go and see, they are all from Yoruba land.
But they try to flip it around. They try to flip it around. That word, bomo, is from there. Then certificate forgery. Yeah. If you know Oluole, this is everything. All these things regenerated there. We learned. We now begin to see Oluole in Lagos, where the certificate forger, ID card forger, everything Oluole. That is where. So how can you want to flip it around because of your hatred? Say no. We know the history. We have to. We give it back. So this is the problem. So that is why we have to. But we thank goodness we live in a time. This day and age.
The recent one they are sharing about fraudsters that were caught in the United States, and they say they are all Igbos. Those people were Yorubas.
Okay.
They were Yorubas. The original video, I still have the original video.
I saw it. Yeah.
What about Hush Puppy? Is Hush Puppy a Biafran?
Okay. And they try to those ones.
Is he a Biafran?
Okay. Yeah.
But they will never talk about it. Abike Dabiri will never speak about it.
Yeah.
She will never talk about it. But once there is Chuku in your name,
finish. Yeah. Because that Abike Dabiri is another hater, pretentious. Pretentious.
This kind of a thing because we are not responding.
Yeah.
Everybody is busy. We face our own mind, our busy. Everybody,
yeah.
Don't make trouble so that they will say you're a troublemaker.
Yeah.
We are ready to make the trouble this time. Any place you see them project anything against your people, respond immediately.
Exactly. Because that is what Amaka did, and look at what happened at the end.
Exactly.
So
taught them a great lesson. And
exactly.
Even today, Abike Dabiri was sued, and they're not talking about the suit.
Okay.
They kept saying as if nothing happened.
Yeah,
they went have been sued by Amaka. The case is in court.
Yeah, they went into their shell. That is how they are.
They went into their shell.
That woman, looking at her, you can feel the hatred, the bitterness against a people. Even during that South Africa, was it South Africa, one of these countries, Ali Nonyema was helping to she was there exhibiting that ethnic bigotry. She just is written all over her. And there are so many of them like that. Like I always say, maybe not all Yorubas, but the majority of them.
Those people who are the main bigots, who have that bigotry in their blood, they are the people in position. Tinubu himself is a very big bigot.
Number one. Tinubu is number one. Mm-hmm. That is why in his administration, they fool there, or the buy or non-oga of this world. They name it, they fool there.
Look at the other one, that idiot that ran to US, the one that Jonathan sacked from his government.
Reno Mokri.
That he go to. He's now in Abuja.
Yes. And you know what Tinubu is doing? You know what Tinubu and his boys are doing? They are there recruiting and dishing out money, to some of these irats online, and even in Nigeria, try to spread his lies and his bigotry. That's what, because Tinubu is number one bigotry, but sometimes he comes and tries to do it tactically, but we know whom he is. Tinubu is a bigoted guy, even the wife, so obviously, but like I said, the good thing is that we live in a time now where the lies can't just fly like that. We have to debunk them.
And you see, this is one place I applaud Mazen Nandekan.
Yeah.
Mazen Nandekan laid that foundation on media and took hold of the social media. Today, social media is in the hand of the Biafrans. There is nothing you can do about it.
Absolutely.
The conventional media is useless.
Yeah.
How many people are watching their How many people they watch your TV? How many people go on TV to watch?
They are criminal.
Control. So everything they throw at us, we destroy it in the social media. That's it doesn't run anymore.
They are mainstream.
We left everything in their hand. So therefore they can come on and push blackmail program. Most of the hatred other ethnic group have on us, many of them never had a encounter with the Biafra.
Yeah.
They have never had a business with the Biafra. They
Yeah.
haven't even had a discussion with the Biafra, but they just, what they read in the papers,
Yeah.
what they are pushing in their media, that is what they believe.
And they control the media. Afonja control the media. That's another they kind of say their media. You know what he said about it? They control the media. Like few days ago, I think it was even yesterday, Sheung from Channel TV. There's this northern guy who just kind of disgraced by author no completely when they were talking about Bobrisky,
Yes.
you know, and the Sheung and the northern guy. I'm trying to remember. You saw it?
I think I saw it. Yeah.
He said alleged. The northern guy said to him, alleged? What alleged? There's not.
I watched it. I saw it.
Oh my God!
That's Galadima.
Buba Galadima. He just disgraced him. But these people are shameless. We talk about shame. They are shameless, you know, because they.
He asked me, so okay, you don't know. Really?
Yeah, he pretend. He said he doesn't know. He said he doesn't know. That's how they are. These are not people. Look, I don't have, to be honest with you, I don't hate anybody, but they just have to be on their own. Let them have their own country so that they can continue, so that they can live the way it pleases them, the way that's my point, right? So that if they want to continue in this hypocrisy and lies and deception and the gang up, that they will sit here, allow a criminal, a guy that has been a criminal all his life. Everything about him is lies. They allow him to be the president just because. So let them continue like that. So, but we have to leave. We cannot be with these people. Absolutely not. The only thing, frankly, I think we have in common, especially like these Fulani, is just the skin color. Anything other than that, we're even more closer to the Western world. I'm telling you the truth. Because we believe in human development. We believe in freedom of speech. We believe in growth. We're not some kind of, you know what I mean? So apart from that, it's just the skin color, my brother. Diego.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you and all the Biafrans that are watching. We have spent 2 hours on the program, and we're going to be rounding it up now with our closing remarks so that everybody will get prepared, because we have a fundraising this evening. Every Biafra must participate in that fundraising. No amount is small. No amount is small. Anything you have, go there and put. And the fundraising, it is 247. You make a donation online. You are not giving to Pastor Sam, whatever. You're not giving to me or my brother Christian here. You are donating for your defense of your land. Now we are talking about the declaration of Biafra that will happen in second and the defense of Biafra land. You are not going to defend Biafra online by talking online like this.
Exactly.
You're not going to defend Biafra land by ordinary mouth. There are people on the ground that have volunteered their life.
Yeah.
All they need is the equipment to defend our land. And it is you and I that will provide it. There is no organization sponsoring our freedom. There is no government sponsoring us. It is we ourselves that are doing it. And we have to wake up. Everybody must participate in this fundraising today. More especially this time, there is no excuse you can give.
Yeah.
Also in the IOU loan, if you can be able to loan Biafra, go on the IOU loan, go to the website and then speak on the IOU loan. You can contact any of us in the media privately. We will direct you on what to do. The lowest amount you can borrow to Biafra is 1,000. And you are going to get 100% interest at the restoration of Biafra. And
because that is where sometimes I'll be wondering, because the money, everybody can see the usefulness of it.
My brother.
It's unlike when these criminals were running the show. They were making millions and millions, and they were just, building hotels, doing all sorts of irrelevant rubbish, But now you can see offices are being opened, contacts are being made, inroad, the Congress, US Congress, penetration, these things cost money. So our guys are on the ground, they are working, they are defending the land everywhere. And the more we move further, the more further we're gonna go into other regions of Biafra, Nyoma, Kwale, the hinterland. I mean the coastal region. The more we move, the more we progress, the more we get stuff, the more we're gonna cover other areas. So the results are showing. So sometimes even when I look, I see we have millionaires and billionaires, businessmen and women, but men in particular, and they are seeing these things and they're still staying on the sideline. I don't know. how posterity, how it's gonna work. But yeah, my brother, Odiego.
Thank you so much. My beloved sister Mary, I just saw you now.
Hi, Mary.
Thank you for joining my beloved sister Mary. Thank you so much for coming out. Go ahead and speak
Thank
to
you.
Biafrans.
You mean you did not see me?
I didn't see you since you. I just saw that. You know, sometimes when I'm speaking, my eye doesn't go on this. I'll just focus on what I was talking. So I didn't know you on the background since. I just saw you on the background now before I brought you up. I'm so sorry, my sister.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, my darling. Thank you very, very much. I've been here from the beginning, but I did not in the house, so I have to be very fast to meet you guys.
Thank you, my sister.
So I'm happy to meet you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my
Mary.
brother. Good morning, my big brother, Choose. Good morning, our leader. Good morning, Itiare Kondo, our prime minister, the dragon in the house. Yes, my people. Brgie, Prime Minister Njoku, Maasi Nnamdi, Maasi Simon Ekpa Njoku is the light of Biafra. I like that topic, oh my darling. I rush so much to meet you.
Thank you, my sister.
I made sure even at 2 minutes I have, you know, to set my mind out.
Go ahead and say your mind, my beloved sister. Go
you
ahead.
know, because when we are talking about light of the nation, in short, light of the whole world, people, you know, woman being like you, example, our leader, you know, he knows what our leader did. This man, this young soul, he accepts. If you like it or not, if you like, you believe in spirit. If you don't like it, because not be all of us do everything by ourselves, not be we great ourselves. You must have, you know, something, you know, energy. You must have something energy inside you. Where we see, don't see them with your eyes. You know everything. What is going on from the beginning to the end. And you accept to go in there. And when you accept to go in there, you doesn't matter what is coming in, you know, the suffer. I don't mean pressure, I don't mean enjoyment. Though. What Biafran is for now, believe me, if you like it or not, it's not an enjoyment for now, but it's happiness. There is between enjoyment with internal wisdom. When you find it, you can do it without you know, all these things. Asking, oh, they do this or they do that. So you can do it without not experience those things. And if you find someone who see those things and he carry it by himself, believe me, is the light. I don't know whether you people understand what I mean. Example, you see death. You say it doesn't matter, death now once. It no be 2 times. If I want die, make I die. If I don't want die, okay, make it be so. And you pass the death. Do you think you fear anything at the ending? Because most of the people fear death, but people like us, we call it sleep. You know? So Biafrans, believe me, Itiare Kondo, the rock of Biafra, the dragon in the house of Biafrans, our Brgie, the government in exile, the body of government. That is what I always said. I call him the body of government because he leads the minister. He tell us how to live. He make a sample. Means that it's the light right now, as we are seeing. Because if you want to go to the back, what the people think, like our leader, my Kondo, he don't show us, he don't learn us, he don't tell us this is what is coming, this is what is coming. And you see it by yourself. They disappear him, they took him by force, by power. And who show us, say, no, that light will never quench. That is what I mean, oh, na parable. Who show us, say, that thing, that light, where that our leader, that the Imai Kondo, that the angel of God, that man where they send them, come. He said the light will not quench, and him come around and to make sure say the light will not quench. That makes me come in here. Yes, I hurry enough because the word attracts me so much that I cannot even at 2 seconds. I know I will talk more than that, but thank you, my brother. Please, my Biafrans, when you understand what is life, you will fight all possible to make sure say you destroy Nigerian sole government. When you understand what Maasi Simon Ekpa is doing it for you and me, and himself too, because he's already great it for himself. He remain it for you. Because if you like it or not, the world, like our leader, like our Italy Kondo now, our prime minister, the world don't mark it, the heaven don't mark it. Say, this is the sample we give to the world. Say, oh, stand up with your feet. Because he stand up. Our leader even tell us, say, I will not disappoint you. But you, I'm thinking about you. And our Italian Kondo come out as a president, say, no, president like me, I will never disappoint you. That is what example I'm making to you guys. So he said, me person like me, Italian Kondo, Maasi Simon Ekpa Njoku, I will never disappoint you. And person like me, Mary too, I see too. That one, God forbid, this is the light. I will never. So you, when you stand me and you. So when you're talking about life, if you can explain it in different way, you can define it, share it. Explanation, whatever you want to say it to explain the light for the whole world. This is because light always be light. And Simon Ekpa is here to give to a Biafran. I'm so happy that we understand and you understand. Please, we must join hands. Fight Sioux government, because Sioux government built with lies. Sioux government is a darkness. And how are we going to fight them? Now with funding. Now you to fund, bring your money. Please, any amount you have. Any amount. Don't say, oh, maybe made it a shot. Bring money, bring money. Yes, I'm doing it too. Any amount, the way I in my own hand. Biafrans, it doesn't select whatever things you bring it out, in your own capable will, in your own capable way, how you can do it, so that we get our nation. You don't look to anybody. First of all, look for the future, because we have soldiers. We have people fighting for us right now. That is why you see Nigerian Sioux government are crying. That is why they are surprising when they bring uprising of genocide of Israel. They think Biafra will die down because they want to take over also our, brown race. They know Africa is the light. They know it. And you cannot, even me as I'm talking, if I talk to you tomorrow, I not bring, even let me just say 1 euro out. It doesn't help. That 1 euro can fight, because God Almighty go no say, yes, if I have more than that, I will give. Then the spiritual way will go on there to fight for it. That is how you invite all the good light, because you go fight, because those people, they are talking it, they are bringing it. And me, I'm asking God, if I get more opportunity, the way I feel and the way I am, believe me. And you, I beg you a bit. I don't want to beg you that more than that, because you know what we are doing. Biafrans is only give you all what you ask for this world. Wisdom, number 1. Good health, number 2. Knowledge of human being, where God grants you to this earth to manifest, to make sure say you live and manifest is, make his presence to be real. Number 3. What do you need more? You focus for yourself to the oil, to do this, to do that. You don't even care for humanity. Where woman being like you want to destroy it. Who does that to you? Who does that to you? And you see your fellow woman being stand up say, oh, I must make these people know who they are. You must bring that money. Bring it. Bring the funding. I owe you loan. It's not like, oh, you give Biafra this one again. Me, I'm crying here. I cannot wait to make sure say my small thing reach that ending. And you must do it too. You know? So that I can proud of myself as a Biafran woman. If things like this come out, I cannot be able to do it, even though I will be hurried to make sure she reach that end to me to at least present. You know? When you thought that in your heart, you will know. So government will continue dying. They will continue crying because we are not after them. We are after 2 December. We must declare it and we must stand for it. It doesn't matter who you are. But I'm not talking about Sioux government because they are condemned. Politicians in our land. Why I'm talking about Sioux government? Because I'm not a Nigeria and I will never be a Nigeria. No. My mother, my forefathers, before my mother born me, before my father born me, before my father born him, before my mama, they get someone there. So they never be that name. That is why I made it stand with it 100%, 1000% sure. I will never be. No, I will never be. And Biafra be in my spirit everything because this is what you are. This is what I am. If they make us don't know who we are, we forget about everything. Please, my people, bring that money come because we need it. Israel get money, have everything, intelligence, building, and Biafra have it. Do you know who confuse you? Nigerian Sioux government. And you find yourself as a hatred of yourself. What Israel you're talking about, they are fighting. They have money. They are woman being. I'm telling you the truth. Even call Russia, they are woman being. They are fighting, say, this is my freedom. You go for so-called Ukraine, where Russia is fighting together, where they all of them, they're fighting for freedom. They has money. They are nation where people are notice it. Talk less of you domestic people. And you think Biafra want to be that way. Don't provoke some people, please. Don't do it. Because we know what you know. You know what I'm talking about. You know it. Please, my people, bring your money. Bring your money because this is the time of to destroy Ushman Danfodio so that the leader of the world will know humanity start from Biafrans and they can never die it down. No way. No way. Did what they did. Fight what they fight. Don't be long at throat because they will not respect you. Number one, the leader of the world, no. They would not respect you because you are a longer throat. You are just like a dead leaf. When you go and fight, go and wear this sweet finish, smooth finish. You want to go and sit down there and eat. Do you think they will respect you? No. The whole world did what we are doing. Biafra doing. And they know it's Biafra right. Most of the world, they don't fight finish. Set to get their nation. Our own, since 1914, we are still there. They are still buying us. No road, no light, no everything, nothing. You are still talking and why you are making, Biafrans, they are everywhere. It's a shameful thing. It's very, very shame. When you're saying Biafra is everywhere, building houses, building this, making business, doing this. But this is a seaport this man talking about. Oh, this guy. When now he was talking about seaport and all those things, where are you people? Which year are we now, if not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? All these people. You know about it, but you are not saying it since when they are crying. Say, please wake up and wake up for your slumber. But Fulani is coming to take you as a jihad country. Britain want to turn you to Islamists. It doesn't matter. Mary talk it. Mary said it. I'm saying it. It's the truth. They want to turn Africa to Islamists. And Mercy, our leader, stop it. And that is they are fucking angry. They are the pain in their morale. Know this. So that when you know it, you know the truth. Because Ichere Kondo know it, you saw it, you know the truth. And we want to end it. It doesn't matter. You bring your money, you know, bring it. Believe me, when there is the vacation, boundary, 2 December. If you like, go to protest because now you go die. Yes, because it's coming very hot. This one now dancing. It's a warning. Now dancing, the dancing is coming when you go out thinking that Biafra blood want to keep Nigeria. You're lying to yourself. Tell the Sioux government, tell all of them, where they are in our land, Britain. We are warning you. There is boundary. We cannot come to your land and share your citizen blood. But you can't continue sharing our blood anymore. Enough is enough. No, we not go do that anymore. It's too much. Enough is enough. So when you stand up and fund Biafran, love your soldiers, love yourself, and love what Ichere Kondo is doing it. Because it's flocking Nigeria, left, right, center, backward, and we will ground them as charcoal. That is what is going to go on. For confusion, stand there. You don't know yourself, and you will never be. You will never know. Britain, leader of the world, we want to collect it by force, by power. So, brother, please, fund Biafra. Stand with government of Biafrans, the whole world. We are in exile. We are in homeland. We are everywhere. As they call you, you are everywhere. That is how you are everywhere. You are for good thing and to bring your land to the light of the world. Hear me? You understand what I said? You are everywhere, but you go to your land, but it's lavishing and dirty and smelling. You have no road. You have no hospital. You have no life of living, but you claim yourself. You are everywhere. You are building by trading with human beings' pains. Can't you see it? That Biafran said enough is enough. When you want to proud of yourself, that nobody laugh you, say, oh, yeah, Biafran, where did you see pot? I have it. Bam. How can you proud of yourself? Come and see the hospital, the highest university in the world. That is what we are. Come and see it, the island is no more a smelling dead ground. That is where you can proud of yourself as Igbo, as a Biafra. But right now, believe me, if you're rich, you are nothing like a domestic human being. Because Biafran government want to start from the scratch. And they started from the scratch and they build it. And it's showing to the whole world. And the world is seeing it. What Ichere Kondo, Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing it. Our leader hand over to him. And he's showing the whole world what he can do with truth. You have your ID card, it's not a photo. You have your vote, it's not a photo. You have a soldiers, it's not a photo. You have security in your land, it's not a photo. Still, Nigerian government want to bring dead people, Fulani from Photojanon, to come and destroy it again. And we said, no, it can't happen. Nigeria, you know what I'm talking about. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you for this opportunity to let me speak my heart off. Biafran, don't go out to protest. Don't kill yourself for nothing. Yes. And don't cry for nothing, because we are living Nigerian for good.
You see?
If they come, they receive it. Because we are human beings. We are not a dead stick like them. Our land is said enough is enough. Hear me? And so shall he be. No man, confusion remain there. Till the land of Biafra said, this is what we want. If you understand it, you will understand it. And so shall he be. Nobody, because you know for those for those spirit them me. So spirit ekwebo, nto mike biro, afonko kwetra ya fokpa. Nto dorokebo. So hombre, Mekoboro, edakeda nitoeka. Sesongo, brother, sesongo so much. I say thank you, brother. Sesongo, na thank you. Yes, thank you, Biafran, Sesongo Biafrans, for this opportunity. To you to give in to me to voice myself out, because I really need it. May God continue shower the wisdom of heaven. May God continue. May the nature, the spirit of heaven and earth continue to shower his wisdom to our leader, Mercy Nnamdi Kanu, and Simon Ekpa, his grandson, to continue to carry his work up. And so shall he be. He say, and our soldiers, the angel of heaven, may God Almighty give them the strength when he give to Samuel, when he give to the Solomon the wisdom. May she continue, the David, make you continue to destroy Nigerian government till they know Nigeria, Biafra land is not for you. Warning for you, leave our land, because it's not for you. And so shall he be. Because our mother, our fathers, the suffer we are suffering. We are crying till today. We are looking to way to survive. And when you come, believe me, we return it back to you. And so shall he be. He say. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Let me give you a chance to go and rest. I'm so happy to give me this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Sister. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. We love you more. Thank you so much, my beloved sister. Thank you so much. Be strong. We shall overcome. I wish you a very happy weekend. Victory is ours. So, my fellow Biafrans, you have heard from our beloved sister, Mary. Each time she comes, you can see the spirit of Biafra in her. The Biafra we are talking about is for all of us. Every one of us must continue to make their own contribution any way you can. As long as you are from the old southeastern region, the present south-south, southeast, lower Benue, lower Kogi, Biafra we are talking about is for you. It is for you. Every nation in Biafra, we must put our hands together, fight this battle once and for all. When we get our independence, then every nation can stand on their own. It is very important. And I appreciate everyone that is supporting in any way, in any manner. If you have not started supporting, please start it now. It is not too late. If you have not started making your contribution, start now. It is not yet late. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you that has participated. And before we go, I want to remind you about this verse.
Plus 44, 74, 47, 92, 91, 63.
Thank you so much, my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you're watching from. We have come to the end of the message today, and let us hear the final conclusion from our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra.
After this particular December 2nd, nobody will fight for Biafra again. Biafra will be free. And we are going to hand over freedom to our children, and our unborn generation will enjoy what we have fought and what we are doing today. Do not shake. Do not panic. December 2nd, Biafra freedom will be handed over to us, both in the spirit and in physical.
Thank you so much, my fellow Biafrans. I appreciate everyone that has participated on the program today, and I wish every one of you a very happy weekend. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect every Biafran. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect our Liberation Army, the resistant fighter, the strike force, guide and protect the Black Marine. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect the de facto government, the homeland. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect all our media warriors and everyone that is speaking on various platforms. May Chukwu Okike Abia guide and protect our government in exile. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every government member of the cabinet, every member of the cabinet. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect them and secure them. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We pray that no evil shall befall him. He will never dash his foot against a stone. Every plan the enemies are making against him will never, ever stand. We pray for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for divine wisdom, for divine strength, for divine favor, for divine protection. Wherever he is, he shall be protected and safe. We pray for our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for good health. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for strength. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for healing. We pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for revelation. We pray that wherever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is, he will be protected. No evil shall befall him. I thank you for being part of this program. Enjoy your weekend and stay blessed. See you again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abia.